And I don't know why it happened at the time. It wasn't something that I was pushing, but they put in there a sunset provision. And so in June, the protections that you have against these mRNA mandates, being a Floridian, those protections will expire unless the legislature acts to make them permanent. So I'm here as governor endorsing making these protections permanent. You should not be forced to take an mRNA shot against your will. And that should be the right of every Floridian. This will also, if the sunset happens, it will also allow schools and higher ed to be able to institute some of these mRNA mandates. Now, most schools by now, people have been upset about it, so a lot of them have not done it. Now, Florida, we said you couldn't do it from the beginning. Most schools were doing it back in 2021. Now fewer are doing it, but you know, you never know with how these folks do. And then, of course, government entities and the businesses, you need protection for that as well. You know, I'd be talking to like these firefighters. Yeah, these guys have been like on the front lines, like, and during COVID, they were doing things to help people. Many of them got exposed. That's just part of the job. They did it. They didn't want to take mRNA. And so they were going to lose their job. It was like a big contest, I remember, for some of these. We of course, did the law, which was good. But leading up to that, there was a lot of people that were really concerned about what could happen. And it rattled a lot of folks because it's like, you know, you work hard, you do all this, and then what? They're just going to cast you aside just because you had a disagreement on whether this was the right thing to do for you. And so we're really glad that we did that, but we got to make that permanent. I mean, we cannot allow those protections to evaporate. I don't know what would happen immediately if they evaporated. I don't know what the mindset is in some of these areas, but I think what we saw during COVID is things can hit the fan very quickly and people can lose rationality very quickly. And that's what a lot of this stuff was based on. Some of it was a power trip, some of it was based out of fear, but some of it I just think it wasn't grounded in sound logic and evidence, and that's why we had some of the things that we had. You actually, this has just floors me. So California, of course,